Just to remind people, overall, the government has committed to identifying 25,000 Syrian refugees by the end of the year, having, as you say, 10,000 here by the end of the year, the rest of them here by the end of February. Overall, today, the Minister John McCallum told us that all of those people should be identified by the end of the year. The 25,000 will be here by the end of next February. He's fairly confident of that. It's just that short-term target now that he cannot guarantee, that there are about, as you say, 2,000 either on their way or here already, but that leaves a gap of about 8,000. Here's how the minister put it in the press conference a short time ago.
I am convinced that by the end of the year, 10,000 or more Syrian refugees will be confirmed, certified as Canadian permanent residents. The issue is whether all of those 10,000 Syrian refugees will have arrived in Canada, will have their feet on Canadian soil by December 31st.
And so why not, Lindsay, was kind of the question that we put to the minister. And there are a couple of factors. One is weather. The weather can be very unpredictable this time of year, as many of us Canadians know from trying to get places over the holidays. And as well, the human factor, that for a lot of those refugees to be told, you can come to Canada, but you have to leave in the next 48 hours. That can be difficult. They have to wrap things up. They have to say goodbye to people and friends, perhaps, that they've made. And a lot of them don't want to make that change quite so quickly. So for those two factors, they're saying that's why that they might be not quite here by the end of the year. And as well, he was asked, well, shouldn't the officials have foreseen this, problems like weather and those human factors? And he said that, the government has never done anything quite like this before on this scale or with this speed.
So McCallum made a couple of other announcements as well, Susan.
Yes, well, he announced $15 million of more money to be given to those resettlement agencies here in Canada. That will allow those agencies to find places for those, particularly the government refugees, to have temporary places to live. The privately sponsored refugees almost always have a place to go, either with family or elsewhere. It's those government ones where they need to find temporary lodging. They could still end up at military bases. That is still an option, the minister said today, but he would prefer them to live amongst civilians, as he put it, in places like hotels and other places. This money is being spent now, released to those agencies here in Canada to help them have places for those refugees to live once they arrive.